everyone, this is Allison Fletcher. I am the Thedrunkastrologer, and today I just got done with a very powerful session with for myself. I did some card work, some energy work. There is a lot of power in the air right now. Where I live, we are having extreme winds, which kind of feel like they are cleansing in a sense, but also bringing in new. So you can probably hear them in the background. It is pretty intense. But I wanted to do a video today, do a pick a card reading all about the getting rid of the toxic things in our life. Now, this could be a toxic person, this could be a toxic situation, this could be a toxic train of thought and thought process. So what I have done is I have divided this up into 4 groups. I have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And I have both Lenormand and Tarot cards. The idea being is that the Lenormand is going to tell each group what is toxic in their lives, and the Tarot is going to help us rid ourselves of that toxicity, that toxic thing. So the key word here is toxic. I'm using that a lot. So please take this moment to pick a group. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pause if you need to. I always recommend taking a deep breath, going with your gut feeling. Do not second guess yourself. Second guessing will not be too helpful. The other thing is there are going to be times where you might want to fight against what the cards have to say. A lot of the times what is toxic in our life is so overwhelmingly toxic that we will actually refuse to admit what that toxic thing is. So I do ask that everybody keep an open mind and trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust whichever pile you are feeling drawn to. So I am going to go ahead and start right now with group 1. All right, so let's see what we have. We have clouds, mountain, and mice. The mice right here is kind of telling me this is whatever it is causing great anxiety. It's causing confusion. It's causing obstacles. And I am actually going to say that if you picked group 1, most likely what is going on is you are not trusting your own self, your own power. And that is a very toxic thing to do, to not trust ourselves. You are allowing confusion to overwhelm you. You are allowing obstacles to get in your way, and you aren't moving on. The mice go in a wheel. They kind of go in circles. With mice, their thought process is, I need to get food, I need to survive. Mice are very smart, but they also overthink, in my opinion. Whenever I see the mice card, it's anxiety, it's internal, it's fear. It's kind of, whenever I see the mice card pop up in a reading for me, I always think, okay, I'm overthinking this. And that's really what I'm getting, is that if you've pulled group 1, you are overthinking what is going on in your life. You're overthinking whatever might be confusing you, obstacles. If just looking off of the Lenormand, I do believe it is time to move on. This could also mean that there is someone causing this. I do want to kind of, if you are seeing this and you don't think it has anything to do with you, maybe do take a moment. Find out if there's any situations in your life that you're confused about. Maybe there's an obstacle you just can't quite get over, and look at everything surrounding that obstacle. So I want to also go ahead and take a look at the tarot cards. So we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So the Four of Pentacles is a very kind of It's the card of kind of conservation, which I think kind of goes with the overthinking. You need to conserve your energy. Don't waste energy on things that don't make sense. Don't waste your energy on things that worry you, give you anxiety. Conserve your energy, conserve your resources, and use them for what you really need to use them for. This could also mean that there are some financial problems. Maybe these financial problems are what's causing the anxiety. So possibly take a look at what your kind of finances look like, if that's a concern to you. Maybe look at what the root cause of your finances are. With the Knight of Swords, whatever I think about whenever I see the Knight of Swords is I think about someone charging, just going for it, just going forward without thinking. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The Knight of Swords defends what they believe in. The Knight of Swords takes action. So if you've chosen group 1, take action. I know that's kind of contradictory to what the Four of Pentacles is saying. The Four of Coins is telling you to conserve, and the Knight of Swords is telling you to take action. But the key word here is belief. So conserve your energy when it's something that's confusing, when it fits in with the clouds. If it's something that you think kind of is confusing or overwhelming, conserve your energy. But if it's something you believe in, if it's something you're passionate about, charge, go for it, do it. Just get on your horse and go. Be a knight. Grab your sword, get ready to fight. So I think that's it for group 1. Yeah. Go ahead and put these away, and we will move on to group number 2. All right, let's see what group number 2 has in store. So we have Ring, Crossroads, and Lilies. So I'm going to take a moment here and kind of think about all this. So when we're looking at the Ring, we're looking at a commitment, we're looking at the relationship, and the Crossroads kind of tells me that the relationship we are looking at here is not set in stone. It's not a relationship that you know exactly where it's going. It's a relationship that has a lot of different options. And the Lilies here right after it, Lilies to me is always maturity. When I think about the Lilies, I think about growing. I think about growing older, growing wiser. So in this, I think the toxic thing that you need to kind of get rid out of your life is mainly this part. You need to look at the relationships in your life. You need to look at what you have committed to and who you have committed to. Because at this point, you really need to focus only on what helps you grow, what helps you mature, what helps you be the most beautiful flower you can be. So that is kind of just, it feels very straightforward to me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about with these. Really just it comes down to here of what commitments, what relationships, what have you promised to people that is not 100%? What does not have a straight path? What could be many different things. You could think about this if you've started a new relationship recently and you're not 100% sure where it's going. That could be toxicity. If you have something that you've committed to, whether it be a person or a job, and it's not guaranteeing you stability, if you're talking to someone and they're saying, well, things are going pretty good, but that is something toxic. Someone or something that's not willing to commit 100% to you is toxic. So let's go ahead and pull out the cards, the tarot cards. So I have the Ace of Wands and the Six of Swords. So the Ace of Wands is creation. So I think maybe in this situation, if you've pulled group 2, you need to look at creating kind of your own thing. Looking at creating, if what you're thinking about here is potentially like a work environment, maybe there's a work situation that the company you work for or the project manager you're working under isn't committing to you, maybe you need to create your own work. You need to create your own company or section, like whatever. Maybe you need to work on creating your own relationship and a relationship with yourself. And the Six of Swords kind of supports this. Whenever I think of the Six of Swords, I think of moving on and moving forward. Now, the Six of Swords does usually carry baggage with it. The Six of Swords can be heavy. So you have to, whenever I pull the Six of Swords, I always have to think about, and you have to think about getting rid of your baggage. So I do think the Six of Swords here is a warning. I think Ace of Wands is telling you to create new opportunities. But you need to cut out what isn't working. You need to get rid of your baggage. If it's a relationship that you need to get out of, and create your own situation, create a better life for yourself without this person, that's what you need to cut out of your life. If it's a job situation where maybe you're saying, okay, this job I'm working in, this commitment I've made to this company just isn't working, it's very toxic, I need to go create my own line of work. Well, you need to find what you need to cut out of the situation. You need to figure out what isn't working and get rid of it. Alright, so I think that's it for group 2. I'm going to go ahead and put these away. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and start with group number 3 now. So with group number 3, we have fish, ship, and tree. So in terms of something toxic that we need to get rid of, the fish here is telling us that this is money related. Not necessarily money problems, but maybe you're too focused on money. Maybe you're holding on to something because of the money. Maybe this is a job that you need to move on from. Maybe you're working in a situation that's stifling your creativity and you need to move on. Maybe you are, the other thing with tree is can be a medical situation. So maybe you are working for the money to the point of stressing yourself out till you're sick. The other thing that tree could be is spirituality. So maybe you are stifling your spiritual side. You're keeping your spiritual side hidden in order to make money. That is not good for you. Either one of those situations, working yourself till you're sick, or working yourself and stifling your creativity and your spirituality, both are very, very bad things. Those are both things that you need to get rid of. And in this situation, I really feel like you probably need to get rid of kind of the money situation, or the focus on money. I'm not telling you to go quit your job, because I do understand the importance of having enough money to survive. Unfortunately, we don't live in a society where you can just barter your goats for some milk or something like that. Well, I guess if you have goats, you don't need milk, but You guys know what I'm saying. But you do need to work and get money somehow, but you need to not stress yourself out to the point of being sick, and you need to find an outlet for your creativity and your spirituality. For me personally, my job does not provide me with the outlets that I need, so that's why I do this channel. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull out the tarot cards. I have the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Coins. So whenever I see the 7 of Coins, I always think of employment. I think of working hard for what you have, for being kind of diligent and following through on things, which I guess kind of supports the need for money. But the 8 of Wands there before it, the 8 of Wands is progress. It's moving forward. It's going beyond what you are doing already and having already. So this kind of really supports the need to kind of do more to take care of yourself. Do more to follow your passions. Do a little bit more to follow the spirituality. I'm getting a very, very self-care vibe right now. Some of you that are experienced with tarot might tell me that the cards aren't saying that, but that is kind of what I'm getting right now. Is that you need to take care of yourself as well. I'm trying to think if I have anything more to say about this group. The other thing is, and I guess there is a possibility that I'm looking too much at myself. The other possibility with this one is that the toxic thing in your life could be that you're not working hard enough. The toxic thought process in this life or in this spread could be that you are expecting people to give everything to you. You are thinking that you don't have to work for it, that you deserve it. That in itself is a very toxic thing. There needs to be a balance in life between I deserve everything and I work for everything. People don't deserve to be treated like crap. They deserve to be able to have creative and spiritual outlets. They deserve to be able to be compensated for what they do, but they do have to work for what they do. So I think this spread could possibly go both ways. I think that's all I'm going to mention right now. So on to group number 4. All right, so group number 4, we have house, grave or coffin, and letter. Whew. So with this one, the toxic thing in your life could be, because we have house here, that house grave, it could be kind of a need to get rid of family drama, or if it's a hard thing to admit when our family is not the best thing for us. The letter here could be also kind of maybe some grudges that you need to let go of. The letter is kind of information that you're holding on to, possibly even for like blackmail. So there is an element of that to this spread to me. It could also be secrets. The grave letter there could be secrets that you're holding on to, that you're planning on taking to your grave. That is not healthy either. Family secrets that you're holding on and taking to your grave, get rid of that. That's not good. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot. Well, that's interesting. So this kind of works with the whole holding on to secrets, possibly even family secrets. There could be this fear of kind of what others think. You may feel like others are going to judge you. You need to get rid of that. Six of Coins is charity, but in this situation, I really think the Six of Coins means sharing what you have. And whether that be a secret, whether that be a fear that you are holding on to, I think if you pulled group 4, there is something you are holding on to, something inside yourself, some piece of information. Like I said, potential for a family secret that you're willing to take to your grave. I know that does not apply to a lot of people, at least not a lot of people I know, but hey, if that applies to you, share it. If it's just a secret about, I guess this could also be a secret about your living situation. I mean, this is the type of thing where this spread would work for if you're holding on to something about yourself, who you are and your foundation. Whether it be, I guess the example that's popping up on the top of my head is if that you are not straight. Whether you're gay, lesbian, bi, pan, whatever you want to be. No judgment there, but maybe that toxic thing is holding on to that and not letting others know your true self. Trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, it's Six of Coins a lot of time is about sharing money, but I think in this situation, I think it's about sharing yourself. Letting others know who you truly are. Not being afraid of what others think. I think that's it. I'm not getting anything else I really want to talk about. So, thank you so much. And have a wonderful day, everyone.